Hi, welcome to another edition of Producers Showcase. My name is Steve Poulos. I have a very interesting show for you today. We have a couple of new friends here at the studio and folks that have been in Maine about 7 months or so. We'll talk a little bit to our guests about that. But I thought it would be a great idea, and as did Sister Therese, who is always coming up with new ideas here at the studio, to introduce us to these folks. And I'm glad she did. You know, the world can become a small place when you get to meet your neighbors and from all over the world. Sometimes we tend to kind of just stay in our own little cocoons, but it's really nice to be able to see that there actually is a world out there, and we have a lot that we can learn from each other. So with that, I just want to introduce you to a couple of guests we have today. My first guest, Hassan.
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you, sir.
Me too. It is my honor.
Oh, well,
to meet you.
And when you know me, you might not feel that way. No. And this is very nice to meet you as well. Khalud.
Yeah, Khalud.
I think I got that right. Yes. Thank you. And I apologize. I know customs might be different in your country as far as shaking hands, but I don't mean anything.
We know that.
One of the things that we talked about first off, and I think it's very important to mention the fact that you both are very well educated, master's degree. Now, Hassan, you were talking about, and I apologize, I didn't remember what you actually did in Iraq.
In fact, I have master's degree in English literature.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And before I get my master's degree, I was English teacher for high school in Iraq. And I have worked with the Human Medical Organization, it is American one, in south of Iraq. And after that, I traveled, me and my family, to Turkey, and we studied there. For 2 years, I get master's degree in literature, and she has master's degree in mathematics. We want to build new future. We want to live in safe place. We are peaceful people.
Right. Well, that's wonderful. And I will say that you have already discovered that you have your work cut out with me, because even though I grew up here, my English is not great. And mathematics, well, let's just say I was, as I showed you earlier, my granddaughter was doing some math, and I had no idea it was math. So that kind of gives you an idea on how much work I need, and I think the rest of us probably, it's great to see what you were showing me earlier, and that is a new concept, a new way to do mathematics, for instance, because you grow up thinking, well, the way you were taught is the only way to do it. When in fact, math has been around for eons, and it evolves, I'm sure.
Also, she can serve her better than me, because mathematics is same everywhere. Yes.
Everywhere,
And for me, I can't teach English because I still have some difficulties in the accent, because we study British, standard British English, and here the accent is a little different. But for her, mathematics is same, it's universal everywhere.
But way is different. Some way is difficult from any person or any student or kids or adult or any person. But some way were easy, explain, teacher, this is very easy. I think math is not difficult, were explained this way. Now, me, in adult school volunteer, and after finish adult school I go to intermediate be deferred. I doing only 1 hours with fourth grade and with fifth grade, and explain or assist teacher or help teacher with some kids not mistake in math or anything. I help about easy method about mathematics. I have many, today I have many way, but it's very easy.
Well, you showed me a little earlier too.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, like I mentioned, I mean, I believe that, you know, the way I was taught
Yeah.
was the only way to do it. And in all of us, the one thing I know for sure that we all have different ways that we learn best.
Yeah.
And so if the traditional way that they have been teaching doesn't work for a child, it seems to me that your ideas, which you're going to show us some examples.
Yeah, I take some example about times table. Times table where explain teacher, I think is very good idea here in USA, but I have some way same games or magic or anything.
Tricks,
Make it
tricks.
fun, sort
Yeah,
of.
and
Yes.
fun. Where see kids this way, oh, it's very easy. And it's very
They like
fast.
this.
Yeah,
That's
and
excellent.
like this. I explain.
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm
That's,
sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
no. That's,
yeah, I explain a way about times 3. Times 3, I explain. Times. This table. Divided. This table about 3 divided 3. I start down to up. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only I add in second row I add 1. I here 1, here 1. I'm sorry, and here 1, and here 2. Add and 2 and 2. In second row I add only 1. In third row I add only 2.
let me get up on that. We can,
No,
I
no.
can fix this.
Okay, no.
Let me just move this in. I should have moved that up to
3
the...
times 3. 3.
We can start in one second. I'm going to edit it anyway so I can fix it. There we go. Now it won't fall off.
Okay. Yeah, thank
Sorry.
you. No, you're welcome. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 4, 8, 24. 3 times 9, 27. This about
It
times.
makes it so much easier.
Yeah, it's very easy. And I have some idea, but another method about times 7. Times 7. I have some tables, but different. Here, up, down to up. Now, up to down. What doing? I put here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What doing now? Only I start 0, 1, 2, 3, but where finish this row, I repeat this number here. And where finish this row, I repeat this number here. Now I started with 0, 1, 2, 3. No, I repeat this 2 here. And 3, 4, and repeat this 4 here. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this times 7. It's very easy where any person or any kids, I think, same game. Where start with these tables, I think is very easy. I have another about times 9, complete about, sure, yeah. I complete about 9.
In the bottom, you can. No, in the bottom.
Another?
Yeah.
I take another paper because, yeah. 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9 times 3, 9 times 4, 9 times 5, 9 times 6, 9 times 7, 9 times 8, 9 times 9, and 9 times 10. What doing now? I start up to down and down to up. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what doing now? I opposite this number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This about times 9. And have another way about 8. What doing about 8? 8 times 1, 8 times 2, 8 times 3. Tables 9 different about tables or times 8. Any times about this number different away, but very easy about kids. 8 4 and 8 5, 8 6 and 8 7 and 8 8 and 8 9 and 8 times 10 equal here I put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I repeat this 4 here. 4. 4 add or plus 4 equal 8. I put here. And complete it 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what doing? 8 times 1, 8. 8 minus 2. I start with 2. 8 minus 2, 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2, 2. 2 minus 2, 0. Now, same this. I start with 8 here. 8 minus 2, 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2, 2. And 2 minus 2, I think 0. This about times. Yeah.
Yes.
The one thing that I see with what you're doing here, it shows me that doing it the other way, you kind of think everything is random, but this shows you that there is order.
Yes.
Yeah.
To kind of the way you
different.
Yes.
Not same in USA. Have many way is very smart and clever about any student. But this way in my country, I show this in USA because help or any assist from kid or a student because I have 12 years teach in high school.
New way of teaching.
Yeah, teaching math.
and
But this way is very good, I think.
especially to kids who have trouble the other way.
Yeah.
This makes it make sense in their head about
Yeah.
how you.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
And in my country, we're teaching not any calculator enter about the class.
It is not allowed to
Not-
bring calculator with
No,
them.
no.
That's smart.
Never,
Yes.
That
never
is smart.
doing
Should
any
depend on your-
calculator. Yeah, only with
your
hand
mind.
and with mind.
Like it used to be here.
Yes.
And of course now, as
Sometimes
you know.
here sometimes I see some calculator. No, we're using calculator. I think is very not.
It's make them always depend on the calculator.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They don't think for
Yes.
I'm
themselves.
thinking or anything. Yeah, I
Their
think
brain
this.
is not work.
Right.
Yes.
I have.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I have another method about 2 numbers times.
I mean, you seem like you're excited when you do. Do you really love math? Do you enjoy math?
Yeah, I enjoy because where any kids or person like teacher or love teacher, I think like math, depended about teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to be able to
Yes.
be like that.
Yeah.
As a teacher,
Pass it on to.
I have experience.
Yeah. Psychology.
Sometimes you ask the student which subject you like. He told me I like math or English or any subject. If you ask him why you like this subject, he will tell you because the teacher is very nice. The teacher is good. So sometimes the teacher makes the student love this subject.
Absolutely, I
Yes.
believe that.
Yes. The personality of the teacher is
Yeah.
effect on the student
Well,
and makes him work and work and work.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Psychology.
That's definitely what we need. And you see that in all the people here that are honored as great teachers. The kids do always say that. They love, it doesn't mean that the teacher is easy.
Yeah.
It's just that the teacher, first off, if the teacher loves what they do,
Yeah.
it rubs the kid, they get that.
Yeah.
For me, I remember my teachers before 30 years because they affect on me when I was student at that time, and I always remember them. When I want to explain something to my student, I remember how my teacher in the past, how he was explaining to me.
Yeah.
So you do still, you learn,
Yes.
you get something from all of it, not
Yes.
just the,
Yes.
Yeah.
the lesson.
Yeah. Now I explain about 96 this way about only number near about 100. I think 96 times 93. How many need about 100? I think need 4.
Yeah.
And this number how many need?
7.
Need 7. 4 times 7. This times 28 in end. What doing about this number? 96 minus this number. 96 minus 7, how many? 89. This result. Yeah, it's very easy.
That
I
is
think.
amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is, like I said, I always thought it was just no order to it and random and everything was, but it's not. There is a
Yeah.
Yes. Keep you thinking always by numbers and
Yeah,
working
yeah.
always. Your mind is always
This-
working. Yes.
there is an order to everything they
Yes.
say,
This-
and this I see.
This example 1 and
Because when
another example.
When people have told me about the
Yeah.
new math, I'll be honest with you. When the grandkids have talked about that, I'm reluctant to say, "Oh no, we need to do the old way." But I see that this is good for kids who, if they get it the old way and everything,
Yeah.
But this actually teaches them to understand kind of
Yeah.
the
And-
pattern, the
And we're move Brian in this way and opposite way and everything in math because math have many way, but in end same result. We're using calculator. I think this result not different, but I think way different. Always, I think we're times this way about times. This number and this number, but this no different. Only near about 100. For another example, I take and explain 94 times 91. What doing now? Same. How many need about 100? 6. And how many need about 9? 9 times 6, how many?
you don't put me on the
Yeah. No, I understand.
I don't have a
54.
Don't embarrass him, please.
Yeah.
no, that's
This result because times.
Yeah.
And what doing now? This minus this number. 94.
9 minus, so 5?
Yeah. 94 minus 9. How many?
Oh, so
I
8.
think 85. 85, I think. This result. This about times and this about minus. this way.
That's amazing. I wouldn't have thought you would be able to do that, but
Yeah.
Yes, you can try it.
yeah, I could try it, but at least I understand that enough to say if the kids bring that home and they show me and they ask about it, I can say, well, that is another way of doing it. Probably a lot easier too for most kids.
Yeah. I take another, but not near about 100. For example, I take 12 times 13 or 13 times 12. What doing? 1 times 1, only 1. But here, 2 plus 3, 5. Add here 5. And 2 times 3, 6. This result, yeah, is very easy. Yeah.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And I have many way about math.
I would think they could use you in the schools here for children that have difficulty learning and maybe, I think the other thing is the way we learned it, it was memory.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
learned your tables.
Yes.
And some kids that have trouble, that have to visualize things and not just memorize, but visualize what they're doing, this would work better
Yeah.
and just as fast.
Yes, too fast.
Too fast. And
You don't need a
it's very
calculator.
Yes,
easy
we don't need it.
without
Instead of me
calculator.
buying a calculator, I'll just ask for Khalud's help.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm sure that would work out better too.
Yeah.
Now, do you, you talked about literature and about English. Do you, or I know you said, I mean, is that something you would like to teach here as well? It's a little different, obviously, because you're here now.
Yes.
And
Yes. In fact, when I come here at the first, I teach in the adult school as a volunteer.
oh yeah,
I teach some foreign students, and also they have some problems in reading and writing. Of course, they speak English good, but they have some difficulties in writing and reading. And also, I teach some Iraqi students here in adult school, and I help anyone who needs my help.
that's wonderful.
Yes. And also I have 2 days in a week. I teach in adult school here in Bideford from 9 to 12.
Nice,
Yes, Monday and Tuesday.
very helpful.
Yes.
That's, I mean, and I understand what you say about obviously teaching English in an English-speaking country,
Yes.
but we tend to use a lot of slang,
Yes.
and you actually probably know the correct way.
Yeah.
And if you
Yes.
think about it, so you can teach us,
Yes.
you know, especially with young people.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, if you open any book, you can read the standard English, the British English. But if you want to speak here, the speaking is different. You will take the slangs, you will speak in the slang language, and this language is different from the book. So I did not find any difficulties because I can read a book and I can speak how and the words in the book the same. So sometimes when I hear American person speak, sometimes I know these words are not, it is wrong. And if we go to the dictionary, we will not find the meaning of this word.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have many words like
Yes,
that.
yes. So we have English American dictionary. We have American dictionary. Now,
And it's let me ask you something, because I've always wondered this, and I've heard many times that people that speak several languages and that enjoy learning languages tend to learn better. They tend to be more intelligent because of that. Do you think that's the case?
yes, their mind will work. For example, I was in Turkey before 1 year, and I learned some Turkish words, and English and Arabic. My mind work, and if you learn something new, you will be happy. Yes, because you will discover something new and new and new, and your information will large, and your knowledge. So sometimes you will find words in Iraq or in Turkish or here, they have same words or same meaning.
And they all come from somewhere else. We talked about the earlier how that's something else I wanted to talk about. How far back your culture goes.
Yes.
We talked that it predates what we think of as as perhaps like Egypt as far as being
Yes.
many, but the Iraqi culture and everything, you predate.
Yes, in fact, our culture not famous as Egyptian culture. Our culture begins before Egyptian culture, maybe in 2,000 years.
Wow.
Yes, because the Egyptian culture, they have the pyramids, they have Sphinx, they have the pharaoh, so they are famous, and also they have some scientists, some physicians or like that. But we just have some ruins from our culture. It is Babylon, if you hear about Babylon.
Absolutely.
Yes, they have hanging gardens. It is impossible now to make like them before 4,000 or 5,000 years, hanging gardens. And Gilgamesh, by the way,
very famous.
By the way, our culture brings the first epic in the world. We have Gilgamesh epic. If you hear about Gilgamesh,
I have, and it's the first what? The
first epic.
Epic?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is like a story, but poems, prose like that.
Oh yeah.
And it is a big story like a novel. And in that time, before 3,000 years ago.
Same town, south from Iraq.
It is from my town.
Oh really?
South of Iraq.
Oh wow.
The author.
In Ur.
In Ur. But in fact, we don't know the author. But a lot of countries teaches Gilgamesh in the university.
About.
And it is famous one.
And I just finished high school here. I admit I didn't go to college, and I've heard of that. I like to watch a lot of Discovery Channel television and in world, broaden my horizon a little bit. But I absolutely have heard of that, and that's amazing.
Also, we have Hammurabi.
Oh yeah, Hammurabi's code.
Hammurabi, he is the first one who put the laws. He says, eyes with eyes. It means that...
And writing with picture.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What doing, we're writing anything in the wall, put picture about this meaning, about this word and another word and another, only pictures.
Pictures like hieroglyphics or
Yes, and that time they don't know how to read. But by the way, the first people on the earth who makes the letters, they are from Iraq, South Iraq. The Babylon and Akkadian.
Wow.
Yes. And after that, the hieroglyphic, the Egyptian, take this. And also because our culture, it is not famous like Egypt. This is the reason. The people knows Egypt, as I said, from pyramids and like that.
It's still, but of course your culture predates them by such a long, like you said, 2,000 plus years.
Yes.
I mean, the structures can only last so long, so a lot of that we've lost. But
also we have the house of Abraham, the Prophet Abraham.
Prophet Abraham.
Still
in Ur.
Yes.
It's still,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
still.
still.
It called Zakura.
Yeah.
And it is still in my city,
City.
Wow.
in south of Iraq.
And many people visit this house about
Yes.
Ibrahim
Before
Prophet.
10 years, a lot of American people
Yeah, coming
came
and-
and visit this house.
now is it still, did it get ravaged by the war and all of that going on?
No, it's still as it is because we save this
Yeah.
and we want to keep it.
Such a sin to have that
Yes.
destroyed.
We're
any
proud
that.
of that. We want to show the world that we have a culture,
Yeah.
we have something, we love it.
I saw a movie, a show the other night that had that through this DNA study that they did, they were able to trace back to one man in Africa. And then one woman. That was like I'm trying to think how many years ago. That was like. I think it was like 120,000. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
But with a woman with the DNA from the woman's side. My brain. Pardon, I can't
Yeah.
think. But that actually they can trace that because the maternal side they can trace that back even further to one woman. Actually, I mean, it shows we're all one. And
Yes.
everybody should be. We all have disagreements.
Yes.
You know, even people in a neighborhood might. But it always bothers me when this history, which is all of our history, really, gets destroyed like that through war or earthquakes or natural disasters and stuff. It's sad when that happens because we have a lot to learn and to understand and appreciate
Yeah.
how far back the cultures go. Is there anything that you've noticed? Of course, you both, like I mentioned, well educated. So there probably were no big surprises when you came to the United States. But is there maybe some little things that are different than what you thought they would be?
In fact, before our coming, we study a lot about USA here. And we are preparing ourselves to live here. And we know that they are good people,
Yeah.
good country,
Yeah. And respect.
because
Yes.
they welcome us and welcome a lot of Iraqis. And also we want to thank the
you.
government about
Thank you,
everything
yeah,
they
yeah.
do it for us. Not
Assist
for
and
us,
help, yeah.
for a lot of people.
People, yeah.
They are coming from Iraq, they want safe, they want to live peacefully, to build new future for their children, for their life. We know everything. Not everything, but I think 90% about USA, about the culture, about traditional, about the habits. And also we know that the state in the north, in the middle, in the south, they have little different in culture, in accent, in habits, and traditional. And it's depend on the place you live. For example, in the south area, the effect about Mexico and the other. In the north, they affect by Canadian culture or like that. Yes, we know that.
Especially in Maine. Yeah, did you learn some of the Maine terms like aya and lobster?
Yes, lobster.
Yeah,
Yes.
love it.
In fact, I have a book. A friend gave it to me. His name is Dick. He lives in Wales. He gives me a book about lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Maine lobster. He told me, if you read this book, you will know all the history of Maine.
Yeah.
It's true because I grew up in Boston,
Yeah.
which is a stone's throw, really, from Maine, but a totally different world.
Yeah.
And it took me a while. When I first moved here with my family, somebody gave me a book about, it was called Moody's Diner, and it was by a gentleman, Tim Sample, who's a Maine humorist. And it was my introduction to Maine, and it had to do with lobster too in there. And one of the sayings in there, which is true Maine kind of not humor, but it's. There was a story about a gentleman who he was sitting around with some other folks much like this, and they were talking, and he made a comment that he was from away.
Yeah.
Because in Maine, if you're born here, you're a Mainer.
Yes.
But if you're not, you're from away. And he was from away. And somebody said, I don't know, Phil, why you keep saying that. You're 96 years old, and you came here when you were 6 months old. I should think after all that time, you're a Mainer. And he thought, and he said, well, I have an old oven out in back of my house.
Yeah.
And in the back, just junk oven. And my cat had kittens in it one day. And I don't think that made him biscuits. He thought that was a good explanation of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Maine has kind of a funny, quirk compared to some of the other states, and I like it. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. But was the weather a shock to you at all?
In fact, I didn't expect the weather like this,
Yeah.
because friends here told me we have a winter,
Yeah, it's very
a tall winter, but I didn't expect the winter will continue until 8 months or 7 months. Since yet I am waiting the summer.
Summer.
By the way, yesterday I asked one of my friends here, I told him, hey, where we can get summer? He told me, now we are in summer.
Where is summer?
Where is summer? It is raining,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is cold,
Yeah. Because South Iraq
it's
is very
too
hot.
hot.
Yeah.
It's very
Yes.
hot. Same
So we-
Arizona, Mexico.
We didn't used to live in 7 months winter.
Well, listen, they say if you don't like the weather in Maine, wait a minute, because it'll change. And that's kind of how it is, I think it's a shock for some people. It has been a kind of an odd year. Some years the winter stays cold all winter, and then it's, well, as you probably noticed, I usually wear shorts.
Yeah.
I never wear pants, but I was told today to wear pants for the show with you today. My wife said, wear your big boy pants.
Thank you about your trouser.
But I'm in denial. I say I go along with the idea. I wear a shirt and shorts outside all winter long. And by the time I realize that it is winter,
Yeah.
it'll be spring. So I'm all set.
Also, they told me that we don't have winter this year.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
Wow. All this snow and you don't have
Don't
winter?
have winter. Yeah.
Because it would come and go. It would melt, and
Yeah. it's
we had as
snow.
much snow, but it just, the temperature would get warmer and colder. And some years it's like you're in
Different.
But
Alaska.
do you know something? I think we don't have the degrees like you. You have very, very cold degree here. -2, -3, -4. But in Iraq, we don't have this degree. But the wind in Iraq in the winter are very, very cold, colder than here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call that the wind in the bone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The bone.
Yes. Here in the skin.
Yeah.
It is not affecting the bone.
Yeah.
It goes all the way through to your bones.
Yes,
It's so
yes.
cold.
In Iraq, if you go there, you will find desert wind. This desert wind will affect in your bone if you wearing a lot of coat or a lot of dresses, you will feel cold.
Mm.
But here, during
it's
the
good.
snow, and
Yeah.
you can walk just wearing
Yeah.
Jacket.
coat or jacket, you will feel warm.
So you love it here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
If we ever have a summer, maybe we have like 1 month of summer.
Yes, and we are waiting the summer.
Waiting.
Good. That's funny. Well, listen, our time is about up. But I think I had talked to you last time about coming on and maybe doing your own show, reaching out to the community. But one thing I wanted to mention that you folks are looking for work. If the right thing, especially in teaching,
Yes.
were to come up.
In fact, before 1 week, I have work with Catholic Charities as interpreter. They gave me just 1 hour in a day.
Yeah, because it started.
Yes, because I am new one.
New, yeah.
And also I am looking for a work. Yes, for teaching, for any work which is belong to my specialization, and I am ready for work.
Well, that's great. I mean, I've learned something here today, and if I can learn something, then I know you folks are good at what you do.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it was very interesting, and
Yeah.
I am no longer going to think negatively about new math. I understand that it
Yeah,
does
same.
work and it has a place. So that's fabulous.
Yeah.
I had hoped your kids would come with you today, but as we talked about, I want to have you on again and we can talk some more about it. Maybe you can bring your children on
Yes.
and see a little bit about how they like the adjustment.
Yes, we will bring them next time.
Good. And if they're like my kids, I'm sure that my grandkids are sort of shy, and they may be, but this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Also, they are always proud of their parents. They told me we are proud of you and my mother.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
always, yeah.
Yes.
Now, is your mom here with you? Your mother?
No, I mean,
their mother.
yes, their mother, I'm the father. They always proud of us. They telling us, Dad, you are speaking English. My mother, English, mathematics.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a big change.
Yes, big change.
It was for me just coming from Boston, and you
Yes.
came across the world.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And we begin new life.
Yeah, everything here
Yes.
new, but to start with many people here assist or help for life, what needed, what doing, what anything. Yeah, I respect these people here in Maine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and kindness. person.
Especially, we
Yeah.
thank Sister Teresa.
Sister Teresa, yeah, and adult school.
She is an angel.
And, yeah,
Yes.
and with the intermediate head and Mrs. Shah and everybody here assists or help me and my husband and family. I thank a lot.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have you folks, sincerely. We are lucky to have you and your children as well.
Yeah.
It's nice, especially for kids in school today, to understand that there is a big world out there.
Yes.
And Maine, because it's a huge state with a very small population, they don't get to experience that as much.
Yeah.
Where I grew up in Boston, of course, my whole life I grew up with every nationality and religion, and
Yes.
and it was kind of a shock for me to come to Maine and see nothing but white faces that had never seen anything else.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned a lot from these folks in Maine myself even. I love Maine now. I've been here, like I said, I think about 32 years.
And you're still learning and learning.
Yeah.
I will never...
Yeah.
There's no
This
limit
life,
for
this
learning.
life.
Yes, for learning.
Always in any day
Yes.
need discover and continue
Yeah.
with this life. Yeah.
Well, promise me you'll come back and visit us again on the TV show.
Yeah.
And if you decide you'd like to do your own show,
Yeah.
we're here for that.
Promise.
Good.
Promise,
Great. Excellent.
yeah.
Well, I've had a lot of
Because-
fun. I really appreciate you both coming on.
Thank you.
Hassan
Thank you.
and
Khulud,
Khulud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, very good.
That's right.
I have trouble with English, so.
Because meaning for name immortality.
Immortality.
Yeah, immortality
Wow.
here. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what my last name. My last name is Greek, and they always say your surname has meanings in the old. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Any name of meaning.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But thank you again very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for you.
And folks, this wraps up another episode of Producer Showcase. Thank you very much for joining us. The very interesting show for me. Great people, and by all means, if you have some work for these folks in their particular fields, by all means, you could contact us or Sister Therese or whatever. We can get you in touch with these folks. And like I said, if I can learn math, anybody can.
Yeah.
We've proved it here today. So thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, I'm Steve Poulos.